When is it ready to send? How do you know? Say you've written. I can write about 400 words in 10 minutes, and you can too. Does that surprise you? If you just keep the pen moving and then count them at the end of 10 minutes, you'll find you have 400 words. So you can do 5 or 6 10-minute writing sessions, and you're going to have enough words so that you can basically boil it down to a first draft. Just like, has anybody here ever made soup, or has their parents ever made soup? And you know, sometimes it starts off brothy and liquidy, and you boil it and you boil it and boil it. Well, it gets stronger and stronger and more delicious the less liquid. Essays are the same way. If you start out with 1,000 words, sometimes actually students start out with 500 words, and then I start asking them questions. Tell me a little bit more about that, a little bit more, and they get longer and longer. Then they're at 1,000 words, then you reduce it back down to 500. You have a strong essay because you have boiled it back down. Everyone here has the editing techniques in their handout, so we can also talk about that. To edit it back down. You can edit it back down in a way so that you can make sure that you pick the biggest things first. Are you answering the question? What's somebody going to learn about you? That's the first thing that they're going to ask themselves. And if you want to read someone else's essay, you can say to your friend, hey, thank you for sharing your essay with me. Let me just tell you, this is what I learned about you. Or you can also say, this is what I was curious about, this is what I was confused about. So when are essays ready to send? They're ready to send when they're at the right length, when you have enough detail in them, when you feel as though the beginning is compelling, it's interesting, nobody's going to fall asleep after your first paragraph, that they've learned something about you after the very first paragraph, because maybe you just put a line in there with some numbers in it, with some detail in there, and they can picture what's happening after the first paragraph, such as, here's the first line. I was sitting in a hot elementary school gym with 4 other people at 8:30 p.m. waiting for the votes to be tallied for the city council election. You knew where he was, right? You knew what was happening. That was a first line. Here's another first line. Katrina! That was all I heard before the 3rd graders at Field Elementary overwhelmed me with hugs. So everyone here has been hugged. Everyone here can sort of imagine what that feels like. So those are a couple examples of first sentences. So read your first sentence, read your essay, read it out loud. I'm a huge believer in reading out loud so that you can hear your own words. And ask other people questions, but if you feel as though your essay, and you can always ask a teacher or an adult who you admire, you can say to them, can you tell me, is there anything that confused you? Is there anything you're curious about? What did you learn about me? And do you see any really huge grammatical errors? It's totally cool. Make your edits. But if you look at your essay, like, were you really pleased with your robotics project at the end? Yeah. Like you look at that robotics project and you said, hey, we created this. It's working. If you have that sense of pride in your essay, just like you would have for something you made for school, that's when it's ready to press send.
Thank you for watching the Essay Coaching Training Series with Debbie Marion. If you enjoyed watching this, please check out essaycoaching.com, where you can ask questions, get personal assistance, and learn so much more. See you there.